Hey, so in this video, I want to walk you through the settings in BuyBot Pro. So in order to access these, you just need to click on the cog icon, and I would advise you to fill in as much as you can on the basic settings section. This is essential for your analysis. So you've got the preferred marketplace, or whichever marketplace is your main one, and also this will affect the first marketplace that pops up when you use the manual sourcing accelerator. So if I was to change it to US, it would say search in US first. If it was UK, it would be UK. That's when I'm using the manual sourcing accelerator. You can set your VAT status here. So if you're in the UK or Europe, then you will be choosing these options right here, no doubt. So non-VAT registered, standard accounting for if you are VAT registered, or if you are VAT registered and on the flat rate scheme, you can choose this one right here. And this is how BuyBotPro is going to handle VAT. VAT is shown in the UK VAT section of the details. So it's all in here. And that's how much is owed to HMRC. So that's the UK VAT. That's what that means. And US and Canadian sellers, that's obviously for you guys. You can set your sales tax rate percentage in here. So say if it was 10%, enter that in there, toggle that on, that will be applied, and you can choose that in your calculator as and when you need to apply that. So you just set whatever your VAT status is. Then you've got your ROI method, so return on investment. It's how you can judge how well an item's going to do, how much you're getting back on top of your initial investment. If you hover over ROI calculations, you'll be able to see all of the methods in BuyBot Pro. So that's all of the sums. If you aren't sure which sum to set, method one is the most basic way to work out ROI. It's the sort of like general way to do it. If you're looking for some advice, I'd advise method 4 for if you're in the UK, because as you can see, it takes a lot more into account, including Amazon fees. Therefore, you get a much more accurate ROI. If you are in the US or Canada, I would advise method 5, because it takes a lot more into account, and it's all VAT exclusive as well. So that's what I'd advise to you if you aren't sure. But really, it's just whichever method contains how exactly you want it to work out ROI. So you can choose any of those options. You've got your prep fee, so whatever it is that your prep center charges you for doing prep. Bundle prep fees, whatever that may be, and your shipping cost, and that can be per kilo or per pound, depending which one you work with. So it's just on average how much it is per kilo or per pound. Your courier service can help you out with this if you aren't sure. And also your main fulfillment method. So this is a preference. So if you predominantly do FBA, set it to that, and that's how the calculator will be set whenever you enter BuyBot Pro. If it's merchant fulfilled, toggle that on, and BuyBot Pro will automatically have merchant fulfilled toggled on whenever you enter the calculator. You've got some advanced settings. So you've got a bunch of preferences at the top. So let me just turn on VAT for this. So buy price VAT, do you predominantly do retail or wholesale? So retail is inclusive of VAT. That's how you're entering in the buy price. Wholesale is exclusive of VAT. And that's how you enter in the buy price, and BuyBot Pro will work out the VAT for you. So whichever one you use the most, you choose that, and that's how it will be automatically set in the calculator whenever you enter BuyBot Pro. Grocery VAT, is that to be assumed at 0 or 20%? So it's completely up to you how you want it to assume that. I'd advise 20%, because even if it is 0, you want to account for it anyway, just in case, because it could be something that is actually 20%, but you've got it at 0% for grocery stuff. So I'd advise 20, but it's completely up to you. The referral fee VAT exemption, now this isn't really going to be for really anyone anymore, because Amazon changed this stuff back in August 2024, but you can apply it if you want to. If you're curious about what the Amazon fees are without the VAT on top. But for an accurate analysis, please leave these off, because you can't go VAT exempt on referral or FBA fees anymore. Amazon have changed the rules, so it's accounted for on your fees. So if you have these off, it's going to be inaccurate, so please leave these off, unless of course you are curious about what VAT actually is on top of the Amazon fees. If you just want to know what the Amazon fees are, plain and simple, without the VAT on top, then you can turn them off. Turn them on, then please turn them back off again. If you're enrolled in the dangerous goods program, please turn this on. You can account for any extra fees. You can express that as a regular value or percentage. You've got your stock capital and max buy count. This affects the suggested purchase quantity, so that's your overall budget, and that's the limit on how many the SPQ is going to suggest. Your merchant fulfilled shipping costs, you can enter in so like up to 3 common shipping cost options. So it could be that, you know, standard is 2 or like express is 3, and these options will appear whenever you toggle on merchant fulfilled as presets that you can choose. European marketplace, so you can set if you are part of the PAM program or EFN EU or EFN UK. EFN UK is where you store your stuff in the UK and use EFN to ship out to European clients. EFN EU is where you store your stuff in EU warehouses and they're distributed to EU customers from there. You can customize your IOSS table and enter in what VAT rates you are to work with in those marketplaces. It's already got the default VATs in there, and if you want them to show or not in the IOSS table. This is where you can link up your Google Sheets, but we'll do this in another video. Sell price, so what you automatically want the sell price to be assumed as when you analyze. So will it automatically populate with the buy box price, low FBA, last used, FBA 90-day average, new 90-day average, or buy box 90-day average. You can add in your merchant token from your Amazon Seller Central account, and this will mean that if an offer is yours in the competition analysis, it will highlight it for you in a different color. You've got your target ROI sell price. So when you export anything to a Google Sheet, you can enter in what your target ROI is, and it will show you that in the sheet as well, just to remind you of what your target is. Personalization, you can turn on the BuyBotPro quick look feature here, show extra details in the manual sourcing accelerator, so you can turn this off if you want it to load up a little bit quicker, but if you turn it on, more details will be shown in the MSA. You've got your chart settings right here. So if you're wondering what this was, by the way, use new UI. This is where you can toggle between the old and new UI. This won't be here for very long. So if you're watching at the point in time when it is here, then you can switch between the two BuyBotPro looks, but this won't be here for much longer. Chart settings, if you want the chart showing full stop in your extension, you can turn that off or on. You can set the default day range. So what day range you prefer working with, 730, 90, 180, or 365. If you prefer to have a stepped BSR line, so it's going to be steps, so where it's just a load of hyphens as opposed to one solid line as the BSR, you can flick that on as a preference, and you can choose which charts are going to show in the chart section. So if you don't want the bar charts or the averages or the seller stock and price, you can turn those on or off as you please. The score adjuster settings will determine how the confidence score factors in your deal criteria, so you can change this to what your criteria is. This is where you can add in your Profit Protect Pro details to integrate that section, so you can send stuff to your Profit Protect Pro account. Same with Skewify and Sellability, and then of course you can add in your BuyBotPro email here. If you change any settings at all, even if it's only one thing, please always save and sync, and BuyBotPro will refresh and take those changes into account.